as opposed to a video. Little small fact, I don't iron, so these shirts are wrinkled. I'm good with that. I really want to talk really quick about something that I said I would talk about before, and the title is Less is Best, always in favor of the narcissist. And this is how a narcissist thinks. They are willing and ready to do as less as possible. When you meet them, it appears like they're really willing to go the distance with you. They're willing to do everything that you, in your mindset, are aspiring to do. They just seem like a good fit. And that's not on accident, that's on purpose. That's a premeditative plan, it's a premeditative plot. You may meet them, they may pay for the meals, they may do this, they may do that. I've told you guys before, you're going to pay for that in the future, in the very near future, most often, with interest. And so if you guys are stuck in the cognitive dissonance, or you're stuck in that mindset, whereas these, you're convincing yourself that, oh, well, they did do this, they took me on a vacation, they did do these good things, that good thing. Ask yourself this: if you're watching this video or this live, you've paid for that. You paid for that. And you are paying for it because of your association with the narcissist. So, less is best, always in favor of the narcissist. And I'm here with this broken foot, and I'm thinking, and this is before the broken foot. I've doted on this in many cases. A lot of contractors are cutthroat, they're backbiting, and often they are narcissists because they're greedy. They don't want to realize that there is enough work for a lot of us in the world. But these people are envious, jealous, and they just want everything. They don't want good-meaning people, well-meaning people. They don't want average people having anything. Even people who side with the narcissist, they get tired of you. They get sick of you. If you have an idea or an opinion that differs from theirs, and you've been a yes man for a long time, that one little opinion that you have, which is your own, and you're entitled to your own opinion in life, you're a free thinker, that one opinion will dig your grave with the narcissist. Because in their world, they know best. And in their world, in respects of, in the field that where I work, contracting, and with the broken foot, I'm going down that road to show you guys something. I broke my foot because I was rushing. I broke my foot because I was a little flustered and frustrated, which that's a regular basis with me. Because now in our world, good help is hard to find more than ever. Consistent crew, there's no such thing. If you have a consistent crew, God bless you for that. But these people are one-offs. They're one-offs. They're willing to do good work for a day, for a week, a couple of weeks. If they're severely narcissistic, they won't they won't consistently keep the course. They won't consistently stay the course. In essence, they won't consistently show up in a good way to benefit the whole team. They're self-centered. They give you the illusion that they're here to contribute. Now, in respects to what I do, I've found in many cases, looking back here in the near past, or the very recent past, and as far back as I probably can remember a few years ago, I feel like I'm babysitting grown adults. And I'm not the one that think I know it all, but in essence, I believe I trust myself more than anybody. So that can come off like I know it all, or I think I know best, such as I just suggested with the narcissist. But the difference in chosen ones, we are thinkers. We are people who can motivate others. We are people who will tell the truth to your face. It may sound abrasive sometimes, but it's constructive. We really do want to help the person who we're speaking to. We don't really genuinely want to demean anyone. But when we sense that our kindness is being taken for granted, then it comes across like that. and as it should, because that's a defense mechanism with an empath or a chosen one. We won't be mistreated, especially if uh, we surmise it or we detect it. Obviously, the narcissist abused us because we didn't. Hey, how you doing, Tanya? The narcissist abused us because we, well-meaning as we are, we had no idea that these people, as I said initially in the beginning of this video, we believed that they had the same mindset we did, and they didn't. And it's a really, really, it's a stinking thing to think about, even being awakened, to to have to grasp and wholeheartedly accept that you invested your life, whether it's a family member, friend, loved one, or an intimate partner. You invested your life, a big part of your life, a big part of yourself, a big part of your energy to someone that really didn't give a damn about you. That is the hardest thing, not only that we know now, but to continue to grasp it. It is so hard. It is so hard to continually have to grasp that. I don't have the best glasses on, Tanya. I don't know what the symbol is. It looks like a box. Pack it up. So, in my field of contracting, I found out, looking in the recent past, in the most distant past, I've babysitted, and this babysitting causes an empath or a chosen one to take away from your vibration. So, in essence, you have to lower your standard because you're reaching down to lift this person up and encourage them. Hey, we need to do it this way, guys. I need you guys to hustle up. We need to get this done. So you're forever reminding your crew, in respects of what I do or any other capacity where you're in leadership or you're being the head of the ship or the captain of the ship. A narcissist will do less as they possibly can. They will give you the appearance, the illusion that they are there to help and support and contribute. But in essence, they're doing things counter to productivity in mind, in thought, because what you're saying to them, you're trying to encourage them, you're telling them, you're teaching them, you're instructing them. Now, what does a narcissist hate? He hates to be told what to do. So this connects and makes perfect sense. Me sitting here with a broken foot now, why I've been so flustered, so frustrated, so tensed. Even after I've awakened in 2020 with the nightmare I married, they've been gone. But I've interacted most often with a lot of narcissistic help. And in many cases, I've known that they were what do you call it? I like to say dead weight or problem child, and not having a perfect person to work for you or good help, you kind of pull from whatever you can. So I did what I had to do, and I used what I could use and what was available. Now, putting all of this together, I can see that this particular injury here, if I look back and I play the tape in my head back, I was rushing, not so much in and of myself because this job had to be done, which is a given, but structurally, I'm able to do things pretty much consistently and in a pace. But looking back, I was distracted. I had a worker that worked for me previous that came on the job site. They walked around from wherever they came from. They were on foot, and they came over, and I had a little short conversation. Of course, I'm on the machine, and I had to stop, pump my brakes, and talk to them for 5 minutes, which seemed like eternity. And there was a language barrier, so I had to use the translator to convey what was going on. It was essentially asking, was there any work? But the work that I was doing there was dangerous work, and I didn't believe that they had the capacity to do it in a safe way, if that makes sense. And so I'm always looking out for the workers because I don't want anybody to get hurt. So I spoke to them for about 5 minutes, and they were on their way. So I resume what I'm doing with this little mini excavator. I'm trying to position it, and I'm driving it up, and I'm backing it up, trying to position it. And in doing that, in that little momentary second, this thing tipped. And when it tipped, I didn't realize in my mind, is this thing falling over? And before I could actually connect with it in my thought process, it was already down on the ground. And it had already slammed on my foot. I kind of hopped up, and I knew right away, instantly, my foot was broken. Not in three places I didn't know. So I'm trying to get across to you guys that narcissists really gnaw at your mental stability. They gnaw at your they gnaw at your state of mind, pretty much. They very much screw with your object constancy. You can't concentrate as you normally would because, again, you're pretty much having to oversee and babysit. It's like if you were at a daycare. You've driven by daycares where they had the little kids outside. Some daycares are visibly by the highway in my area anyway. And they have the little kids running around. But what you'll notice, you'll have two or three adults that are standing off at a distance. They're not immediately engaging with the little ones. They're standing there to watch every single thing in case one of these little ones goes off and does something. Eats sand, puts something in their mouth, attempts to climb on something that is dangerous. You name it. This is what a select few of these adults are there for. While the other adults are out there engaging, they're in the game. They're actually in the mud with the kids doing these little activities. And so they are not as vigilant as these people, the adults that are entrusted to watch them. So everybody is playing their position. Now, that's a beautiful thing. That's an oversight. When you're working or dealing with a narcissist, whether in a relationship or not, you have adopted a kid. You have adopted another child, not another animal. You know, you who own pets, you can pretty much predict what your pet's going to do. You can't ever predict what a narcissist will do because they are never object constancy. They are never doing the same thing over and over again in a consistent fashion. They do things repetitively. We know this because they're on a loop. But they forget what they were supposed to remember. And this is the undoing for the narcissist. So I've observed, looking back, thinking back on some of these instances where I had to invest a lot of my energy and get distracted from what I was doing in order to do or say something to workers in one way or another, which is a big part of the job when you are the overseer of any type of operation. But most of the time, it's minimal when you have people that both understand and comprehend what you're saying. And this is the key word, what I'm going to say, who are a bit eager to do what you've asked them to do. They're a little bit compliant to do what you need them to do. Hey, Cassandra, how are you doing, sweetie? It's awesome to see you. I don't think I've ever seen you on one of my lives. It's awesome to see you, girl. Cassandra, the truth. I thought it was Cassandra Truth. Well, anyway, guys, Cassandra Truth. That's my girl. She is something else. I like her videos. I like her stuff. I like her content. She's been through the ringer like we all, but I love her authenticity. So check her out, guys. She doesn't need my endorsement, but it is a joy to see you. But back to what I'm saying, they do less. Because less is best for the narcissist. I don't care how you look at what they've done for you in a marriage, in a union, in a relationship of any sort, in a job. They've given you a gift, a plaque, employee of the month. I don't care what they've given you. They've gotten that back in interest. You just have not sat back long enough to think. And if they've tweaked your mental screws, that's the interest that they charged you. They charged it to your mind. Everything that they did for you superficially. And if they've done something like, let's say they bought you a car and you guys split and they don't take the car back. Do you know the narcissist is probably built, and when I say built, bamboozled the money and the income and the finances from the previous supply? Or they've pulled that money or they've drawn that finance from multiple supplies. Because they are extortionists. They have a racket. When you meet the narcissist, they have multiple supplies, as you already know. But what we have to understand additionally, that they don't only have supplies, they have supplies in which they can draw resources from. And so it's kind of like you having different businesses, where if one business is not doing well, the other business is still going good and okay, so you are still afloat. This is how the narcissist operates with people. You are nothing more than a business source for them. You are no more than an investment for them, a short investment, not a long term investment. It's like you're a property. You know how they think that you are their property. Uh, just think of it as a realtor. Just think of it like a property investor, uh, a real estate investor. That's how a narcissist looks at you, the human. You are not looked at as a human with a soul, with a heart, with feelings, and different things like that. You're looked at as an entity. You're looked at as an item. You're looked at no more than a solo cup. The cups that you use at parties. When that party is over, you may have a few of the cups that have not been consumed or anything's been consumed out. You may have a few people grab those and keep them. But most of the ones that have been used, they go in the trash, if not all. You never see people at a birthday party recycling or rinsing disposable cups out. And this is how a narcissist looks at you. You are disposable. You are disposable. You are like a piece of toilet paper. You are like a plastic fork or spoon. This is it. This is as simple as I can break it down. And to accept that and to see the person that you were invested with and not be able to connect that. I know it's very hard to connect that, but in time, I pray that you really, really get to that point. Because once you connect it in that fashion, you'll see that your feelings that you have for the narcissist are real still, and nobody's beating you up for still having feelings for them. But the more you realize that they are heartless for you, they have no feelings for you, doesn't matter how they call you, blow your phone up, hey, let's try it again. What they're actually telling you, let's go at it again so I can destroy you. That's what that translates into. They'll give you a stellar performance. They'll give you an Emmy, Academy Award winning boohoo boohoo. But all in all, they're just trying to get back in to finish what they started on you, to finish dismantling and destroying you. So less is best for them in that respect, and it always benefits them. So when I'm working going forth, I know in the contracting business, and I've always known it since I've been awakened, like I said, that some of these people, they actually are counterproductive to me and for me. They don't want my company to win. They don't want anything that I'm doing to win. And it's hard for me to even actually see this and actually and trust these people around me to do the work that is needed to be done. So it's kind of like recruiting the enemy to help you finish a job. And that is just the way that cookie crumbles. But going forth, I really do believe that this happened for a very important reason, because in and of myself, I believe that I'm working too hard and pushing myself too fast. I'm always trying to complete a task for either customer or for my own self-satisfaction, because I take pride in just being able to finish what I start. And that's okay. But in how I approach situations, I really need to think about, my safety and not being frustrated to where I can't concentrate on what I'm doing in a very healthy, safe way. And I called I have a surgery scheduled for Wednesday. This Wednesday coming up, they're going to go in and put a couple of screws in two of the bones, and because they're offset, they still didn't come where they needed to come. They're a little bit pushed up. So I talked to a few people that have already gone this route with, and actually a couple people with the hand injuries. They showed me the scars, and they're able to function. So that kind of secured my, my thought processing going forth with it, because I was of the firm belief I'm gonna let this thing heal on its own. But being that it's my foot and I got to walk on it, and I'm 54 years old, I really don't want a chance having that hump there, because the doctor said that it would be on the ball of my foot, and if it's an uncomfortable situation, I would probably be limping, or you get what I'm saying. I would probably not walk correctly because of that. And so what he's going to do is attempt to try to put it where it's supposed to be, and thereby I'm going to be able to walk normal. So you guys got any curiosity as to how much this is going to cost? Well, I didn't have a curiosity, but when I called and the people who scheduled the surgery, she said, do you want to know how much it's going to cost? And I thought that was very interesting for her to ask me that. And since she offered, I said, yeah, sure. She said $39,900 and some dollars, 40 grand essentially. So 40,000, and then she emphasized, she said, well, that's not even including what the surgeon is going to charge for his services. So I'm at about 10,000 now, and I haven't even really gotten anything done. I haven't even gotten any medications prescribed from the drugstore of any kind. Not that I wanted any either, because the pain that I've had initially, it's very, very subtle now. From a 1 to 10, it's about a 2 or 3, because it actually has started to heal itself. But with this surgery, obviously there's going to be go back to square one. But he said it would accelerate the healing for the long haul. So I figure a month, maybe a month and a half, I'll really be incapacitated in a big way, and rightly so, because I need this downtime. $40,000, guys, and when it's all said and done, it's probably gonna be more like 60 for everything. So yeah, that's why you have to value your health. And if you got 2 good feet and you are talking about you don't want to walk because that's far to walk, get out today, guys. Walk, take your walk, and enjoy nature, because go for a walk for me. So I hope I captured some of the things I wanted to talk about, and I've been meaning to talk about this. Less is best, always in favor of the narcissist, because if you in a capacity with a narcissist, now that we are awakening, you know that they're a narcissist and their co-worker, they are really not trying to work in union with you. Be vigilant, monitor, just nonchalantly monitor if these people are actually trying to be counterproductive to what you're doing, and just watch your ass, because they will literally cause you accidents. They will work dangerously around you. They will cause you to get distracted, where you end up hurting yourself, on and on and on. So just know this. I appreciate it, Cassandra. I know you are. I know you're praying for me. We are praying people, me and Cassandra. We walked away from religion, but all of you guys know I'm a Christian, and I'll never denounce my faith in God. And I pray and hope that, but when I say never, I don't like to say that, but you get the gist of what I'm saying. The church, as deceitful and deceptive as they are and were, we now know about narcissism. Deception is in all facets of life, and the church is no exception. That is a melting pot of bullshit. But God is still God, guys. And if you've never seen him, look back at your life. I'm sure you've experienced God. And I don't want to get into a sermon with that, but that's just in my heart to say that, because I think it's on the grace of God that this thing did not damage my foot any further. Because if I had been wearing my Crocs, which is what I normally wear when I'm operating the machine, when I'm up in it, as I said in a video before, because I'm not in danger. I'm inside of a cab, and this was an open cab. And this little thing, if it had fallen, in my mind, I could jump right off. It's like a little toy, but it's not a toy. It's 2,000 pounds. Da 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 da. I didn't anticipate this happening. But that particular day, I was wearing my steel toe or carbon fiber toe boots, safety boots. And when it hit my foot was, your foot's flat. I fell off. My foot was this way. And so essentially, the head rack slammed down on my foot this way, and my leg. I mean, that's essentially it chopped it, and that was enough force to break the first big toe bone, the second toe, and the third toe bone, offsetting the first one and the third one, not the second one there. But that was a substantial amount of force. About, I would say, 6, 7, 800 pounds of force. And had it, the bone didn't come out of anything. So I could think of worser case scenarios. So I am grateful for that, in the grand scheme of things. So I just want to capture that, guys. Trust that God has been on your side this whole time, no matter the atrocities you faced, because if it had not been for God delivering you and instructing you about what the world is not talking about, that had to be the hand and the act of God. Because even though we're awake and you've talked to some people since you've been awake, they've pretty much just like they're not even on the page you're on. So this is a rarity. This is a divine intervention from God that we are here and we know. We have eyes that can see through walls, and that's real talk. So just always give God a small thank you. You can do that. It doesn't cost you anything but a thought process and opening your mouth, and you'll be amazed at how your life begins to take a new direction. So, and that being the case, guys, I just want to say have a great weekend. I am off to do a few things. I have a worker that's supposed to finish up some jobs for me. Obviously, I should be, I'm supposed to be out and doing anything. So I'm going to keep it on a minimal, but I am driving with my left foot. Haven't really stopped doing a lot of stuff. I've been going every day, just being careful, using crutches. So if you're able to get up and get out, guys, do that. And have a great weekend. That being said, bless.